Hey everyone, how's it going? Azren here. Hope you are doing well today. I wanted to make a video talking a little bit about my personal goals when it comes to languages. There are 8 different languages that I want to become call it as fluent as possible in. So call it like a near native fluency in the languages. These languages are English, which I already speak, French, Spanish, Chinese, Russian, then you've got Arabic, you've got, what am I forgetting? Hindi, Gujarati. Those are the 8 languages that I want to become like basically a native speaker in. I think currently, if you're to look at my level, I think English, obviously I'm there, it's my native language. French, I'm pretty happy with where I'm at. I'd say I'm at a C1, C2, somewhere in there. I think C1 for sure. I think I could probably study and be able to go past a C2. Spanish, probably roughly the same, C1, C2. I could probably study and get to that C2 and pass that test. Gujarati and Chinese, I'm at an intermediate level. So if you're to look at the A1 to C2 scale, I would say I'm probably somewhere around a B1 in both languages. And then there's Russian, Arabic, Hindi, which I don't really speak at all. Hindi I can understand to an extent since it's similar to Gujarati, but my level in Gujarati is really not overly high, and so it doesn't transfer over super well, but I can understand a little bit. I know a little bit about it, but not nearly enough to really speak at all. So that's kind of my primary thing, and in an ideal world, I want to get there by the time I'm 40. And so one of the reasons I make videos is that I want to kind of document this whole process of learning these 8 languages, because I think it'd be really cool when I'm 40 to look back and go, wow, holy cow, 16 years worth of different videos on different, who knows what platforms exist by the time I'm 40, right? There might be some like Schmap Chat and not Snapchat anymore, and there might be like a who knows, there might be like an app called Tree, and maybe that's the new popular thing, or maybe it's virtual reality, who the heck knows? But one way or another, I do want to have it documented over 16 years from now, me learning all these different languages and seeing if I can get there by the time I'm 40. From 40 onward, I want to start to branch out and focus on some different languages. Like, for example, I'd like to focus on languages that are related to the languages I speak. For example, if by the time I'm 40, well, actually, I currently speak French and Spanish fluently, so I'd like to go and do Portuguese, Italian, I think Romanian is also relatively similar. I'd like to go do those, right? You look at something like Gujarati, Hindi, if I have those under my belt, well then I'd like to go do Bengali, Urdu, Punjabi, and other languages like that, right? I like to go do those different languages within the same language families. And so that's kind of where my head is at right now. In terms of like number of languages. I think the other goal when it comes to language learning, and this is way less concrete, this is not like a very specific number or a very specific thing, and it's very hard to measure, but right now what feels right for me is I do want to sort of carve out a name for myself and create a bit of a name for myself in the language space. Right, so I don't know what that looks like exactly, but if you say a name, for example, like for a lot of people, something like Benny Lewis, you go, oh yeah, I know that guy, he's that language guy, he's the fluent in 3 months guy, right? You say something like, what's his name, Luca Lamparelli, I think it is, it's the Italian guy, he's a big name in the language space, he's done a lot for the language space, and a lot of people know that he's done a lot in the language space. Now, the big thing on this, and I want to put a bit of a disclaimer on this, I have no idea what that looks like, right? That doesn't mean I want to be like some famous dude. That's not, that'd be cool. That's not really where my ambition is. It's not 100% where my mind's going. I mean, like I said, it would be really cool to be like super well known, but, doesn't need to happen. But it could even be something as simple as, it could even be something like I taught French for 10 years or something, and then I taught like 1,000 different students French, right? And 1,000 people were able to be really fluent in French because of me. I think that, for me, the way I look at it, I think that creates a name for myself in the language space, right? Or it could even be like, I don't know, right? There's a lot of ways you can create a name for yourself in a specific space, but I would like to do that, right? I don't know why, but that feels, right now, that feels right for me. Again, I might wake up tomorrow and decide, nah, not what I'm doing. I might decide that. I've done it before. I've changed my mind on things before in the past, but that's where things are at right now, and it's a lot of those desires that guide a lot of my actions right now. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye for now.